Good evening to our viewers watching on television and those joining us across our social media platforms. I am Faith Sandy with the Tuesday, January 27th edition of the Guyana TV9 News. In the headlines tonight, Guyana unveils historic $1,558,000,000 People's First Budget for 2026. Budget 2026, President Ali announces interest-free seed capital for startups. Buy local, empower families. Minister Ben champions Barama's all-woman production strength. Shoulder lane showdown. Police boost prosecution as violation cases top 6,500. And no breathalyzer test in fatal diamond crash due to driver's mouth injuries. Now for the news in depth. Guyana has reached a massive financial milestone. On Monday, Senior Finance Minister Dr. Ashley Singh laid a record-breaking $1,558,000,000 national budget before the National Assembly. Dubbed Putting the People First, this 2026 fiscal plan, the first since the PPPC's landslide re-election, aims to turn the nation's skyrocketing oil wealth into a modern reality for every citizen. Adana Dark report.
The 2026 budget isn't just a record breaker, it's a statement of intent. At $1,558,000,000, the spending package is 12.7% larger than last year's and is staggering 307% higher than just 5 years ago. Presenting for over 6 hours, Dr. Ashley Singh detailed an economy in overdrive, with overall growth projected at 19.3% for 2025 and the non-oil sector surging by over 14%. The government is doubling down on infrastructure and human capital.
Mr. Speaker, on the subject of resilience, it is apposite to note that Budget 2026 comes to this Honorable House just 4 months before Guyana celebrates its 60th independence anniversary. Over the decades since we freed ourselves from colonial rule, we have navigated all manner of challenges, tumultuous global developments, baseless external threats to our territorial integrity, domestic struggles to achieve and preserve democracy, building credible institutions of state from scratch, recovery from economic collapse and sovereign bankruptcy, achieving economic viability and fiscal sustainability, becoming one of the fastest growing economies of the world, and then managing the risks that come with this.
The human-centric pillar of the budget is massive. Education leads the charge with an $183.6 billion allocation for teacher training and school upgrades, while $161.1 billion is earmarked for the health sector to fast-track hospital expansions and high-tech medical care. Housing and food security are also at the forefront. Over $159 billion will fuel the government's ambitious housing program, while $113.2 billion is dedicated to making Guyana a regional powerhouse in agriculture and agro-processing.
Its aim is to ensure that everything that we do as a government results in an identifiable improvement in Guyanese lives or in an identifiable creation of opportunity for Guyanese nationals. This is the litmus test of all that we do as a government. To those who are of school or university age, our aim is for you to get a world-class education, equipping you to engage meaningfully in your chosen field of endeavor and be able to earn and live comfortably on the strength of your own effort. To those of you who are already working, our aim is to ensure that you continue to have opportunities to uplift yourself even more. To every Guyanese family, we would like you to be able to become homeowners, and we will support you to get there. To the elderly, our aim is that you must be able to retire in dignity not having to worry about the quality of health care you will receive, because the public health care system will provide you with world-class primary care to you, irrespective of where you live. To all who live in Guyana, wherever you might live, our aim is that you must be able to live in comfortable, safe, and modern communities.
The orange economy and tourism are not being left behind. $2.2 billion will complete the new Hospitality and Tourism Institute, while $3.7 billion will support cultural landmarks like the National Art Gallery and the Palmyra Cultural Market. Physical connectivity remains a priority, with $196.1 billion for roads and bridges, alongside $119.4 billion to overhaul the energy sector and slash electricity costs. Travelers can also look forward to a new 150,000 square feet terminal at the Chedijagan International Airport. But for the average Guyanese, the biggest news is the direct impact on the wallet. In 2026, the government will once again distribute a $100,000 national cash grant to every adult citizen. Old age pensions are climbing to $46,000. The income tax threshold is rising to $140,000 per month, and public assistance is seeing a significant boost. Funded by a projected $2.7 billion in oil revenues and royalties, yet remaining in no new taxes budget, Dr. Singh framed this roadmap as the blueprint for a modern Guyana. As the nation nears its 60th anniversary of independence, Budget 2026 signals a shift from building the foundation to delivering the promise of shared prosperity. Adana Dora, Guyana TV9 News.
Over 40% of the workforce at Barama Company Limited are women, many of whom are the sole breadwinners for their households. Minister within the Ministry of Housing, Honorable Vanessa Ben, is calling on the construction industry to prioritize Guyanese-made timber to sustain these families and the national economy. Here is more.
During a recent site visit to Barama Company Limited, Minister Vanessa Ben lauded the company's commitment to gender diversity and sustainable forestry. She highlighted that Guyana is now producing world-class plywood using lesser-used tree species, ensuring the longevity of our natural resources.
The plywood that is produced here at this company is coming from our lush forest. It is part of Guyana's forestry sector. But particularly what I wanted to share this afternoon is that as you look around me, these are all women. Women who are involved in the forestry sector, particularly in the production line, producing plywood from sustainably harvested trees from lesser used species.
The minister's message was clear. Purchasing local isn't just about business, it's a social investment. With women making up nearly half of the production line, every sheet of plywood sold directly impacts the stability of Guyanese homes.
I encourage all Guyanese, buy local, buy locally produced plywood. You will help to put food on the table and help to support the families of all these ladies here. Many of them are single parents. I appeal to Guyanese persons who are within the construction sector. The product is good. It is of high quality. Learn more about the plywood that is produced in Guyana. And please support these women.
By choosing Brahma products, the construction sector can play a pivotal role in empowering single parents while driving the growth of Guyana's green economy. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
President Dr. Mohamed Irfan has reaffirmed that Budget 2026 is the blueprint for a people-centered Guyana. In an exclusive sit-down interview, the president detailed a wide-ranging policy framework aimed at converting the nation's historic economic surge into tangible household-level improvement. From the launch of the Guyana Development Bank to nationwide accessibility reforms, the 2026 agenda targets the upliftment of the vulnerable and empowerment of the local entrepreneur. Calvin Abrams has the details.
President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali is making accessibility the cornerstone of his social agenda, noting that Budget 2026 introduces a transformative package for persons living with disabilities, children with special needs, and the elderly. The plan goes beyond financial aid, mandating the retrofitting of government buildings and community spaces to be fully disability-friendly. To support working families, the government will fund a nationwide expansion of community-based day and night care centers. This initiative not only assists caregivers, but serves as a dual engine for job creation and local entrepreneurship. In a major move to bridge the financial gap for startups, President Ali announced the establishment of the Guyana Development Bank. This institution is set to revolutionize the local business landscape by providing interest-free and collateral-free seed capitals.
The Guyana Development Bank in Budget 2026 provides the first set of resources for the establishment and deployment of this institution. But what does it address? It's not only about access to that seed capital. It's also about how do we utilize the leverage of this seed capital now to unlock more resources. So the bank is going to give you, for example, let's say $3 million as your seed capital, interest-free and collateral-free. So that is the first thing. You now have opportunity with a good business plan, and I know you'll follow up on that, with a good business plan to have the opportunity now to earn your first loan without collateral and interest-free.
This seed-to-scale model allows entrepreneurs to use government backing as leverage to secure additional low-interest financing from traditional commercial banks, effectively de-risking the dreams of young Guyanese innovators. The president also doubled down on Guyanese's first infrastructure policies. By prioritizing small and medium-sized local contractors, the administration aims to keep oil wealth circulating within the domestic economy.
About value creation, we are planning for the future. So you have, for example now, the low cost of energy is going to put more people into value creation. We are planning for that. By allowing now the allowance for export to timber value added products. Remove VAT on locally produced furniture. So now we're going to remove VAT on locally produced furniture so we can be more competitive in the Caribbean. We want that whole industry to be revitalized. Remove VAT on locally produced jewelry as we build out the orange economy. No VAT on locally produced jewelry. Remove duty and VAT on security equipment. And the private sector, this is one of the things that they would have raised. Co-investment support for child and elderly care facilities. Not only the service, but providing business opportunity.
President Ali noted that local content legislation is already yielding results, with thousands of Guyanese-owned firms, including a record number of women-led enterprises, winning major contracts. This shift is reflected in the numbers. Non-oil growth is surging, while non-performing loans have hit a record low, signaling a robust and resilient financial sector. To ensure these billions are spent transparently, the government is turning to Silicon Valley solutions. President Ali highlighted a shift towards system-based reforms, utilizing artificial intelligence and digital dashboards to monitor project delivery. By automating service delivery and using data-driven enforcement, the administration aims to eliminate human bias, slash wait times, and bolster public trust in state institutions. President Ali described Budget 2026 as more than just a financial document. It is a roadmap for a modern, inclusive Guyana. As the nation continues its rapid transformation, the focus remains clear, ensuring that no citizen is left behind in the pursuit of sustainable prosperity. Calvin Abrams, Guyana TV9 News.
In his 2026 national budget presentation, Finance Minister Dr. Ashley Singh announced that over 4,700 Guyanese enrolled in the National Electronic Identification (EID) system in 2025. This biometric system, featuring unique IDs for citizens and residents, is central to the government's digital transformation. Planned 2026 expansions include the GovConnect app for appointments and queue management, the Citizen Connect app for tracking complaints, and AskGov, a 24-hour AI assistant for government services. We'll be back shortly after this short break. Stay tuned.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Guyana's non-oil economy grew by a robust 14.3% in 2025, highlighting massive opportunities for tourism, services, and entrepreneurship. Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Honorable Susan Rodriguez, recently detailed initiatives aimed at strengthening small businesses and hinterland development. Here is more in this report.
Minister Rodriguez highlighted initiatives that will strengthen small businesses and entrepreneurship, including tourism-related enterprises, creating opportunities for local products and experiences to reach visitors.
And then when you look at the measures announced during this budget, special development zones. This is something that our investors and entrepreneurs can look forward to, special tax incentives in these special development zones. Minister also announced the removal of corporate tax on agriculture and agro-processing. You know, as the minister responsible for the Small Business Bureau, this is an important measure, an important announcement that will help our small businesses to grow, especially our agro-processors.
The minister called this a historic step for small and medium-sized enterprises. including tourism operators, opening new opportunities for growth and expansion.
The announcement of the establishment of the SME Development Bank. You know, we were talking about this last year during the elections. Historically, the number one constraint of small businesses, small and medium-sized enterprises, have been access to finance. We have helped over the years through the Small Business Bureau by giving grants and through our loan guarantee program. This year, we have made that further step of establishing the SME Development Bank. $100 million have been allocated to establishing this bank, allowing our small and medium-sized enterprises to access loans up to $3 million, collateral-free and interest-free.
Minister Rodriguez noted measures that will improve transport access in hinterland communities, such as ATVs, marine engines, and pickup vehicles, which will benefit tourism operators and adventure tourism experiences.
Removal of VAT on new vehicles below 1500 cc and a series of measures, removal of all duties and taxes on ATVs and removal of duties and taxes on outboard engines up to 150 horsepower. All of these significantly impact the tourism sector, but also significantly impact our hinterland communities that rely on boats for transportation and ATVs and also double cab pickups. So this budget has a whole menu of measures that are really people-centered and that will really help to improve the lives of our people, opening up more opportunities.
Minister Rodriguez emphasized that these initiatives will not only support local entrepreneurs, but also enhance Guyana's appeal as a tourism destination by improving access to hinterland regions, enabling adventure and ecotourism activities, and encouraging locally made products for visitors. The measures aim to create new opportunities for both communities and the tourism sector. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
The regional labor agenda reached a new milestone this week as CARICOM Ministers of Labor convened on Tuesday. The high-level meeting centered on the expansion of free movement and the finalization of crucial labor frameworks designed to integrate the Caribbean workforce. More from Colin Abrams.
The meeting was chaired by the Honorable Keoma Griffith, Minister of Labour and Manpower Planning of Guyana, and focused on several priority areas, including the definition and qualification criteria for aviation personnel. Ministers also examined proposals to expand the range of professionals eligible for free movement under the aviation category of the CARICOM skills regime. Ministers and senior officials received an update on progress in implementing full free movement among the 4 member states, Barbados, Belize, Dominica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which officially commenced on October 1, 2025. Also tabled for consideration was the CARICOM Labour Migration Policy Framework and Action Plan. The framework provides a comprehensive guide for member states in managing labour migration effectively and reflects agreed community priorities and the previous CARICOM decisions. It is aligned with international and regional labour and migration standards and incorporates the perspectives of tripartite constituents and other key stakeholders. The meeting further addressed preparations for the 2026 International Labour Conference, as well as ongoing developments within the International Labour Organization ILO governing body. Minister Griffith underscored that the matter under consideration is essential to strengthening labour governance and advancing deeper regional integration across CARICOM. The Council reaffirmed CARICOM's collective commitment to strengthening labour governance, promoting fair recruitment practices, ensuring decent working conditions, and enhancing labour mobility in keeping with international labour standards. Recent updates to the CARICOM free movement regime reflect continued progress toward deeper regional integration and labour mobility across the community. Member states are advancing work to expand the categories of skilled nationals eligible for free movement, including discussions on aviation personnel under the CARICOM skills regime. As CARICOM looks towards the 2026 International Labour Conference, officials reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening labour governance and deeper regional integration. Minister Griffith emphasized that these measures are essential to creating a more resilient and cohesive economic community. Colin Abrams, Guyana TV9 News.
A 33-year-old minibus driver is dead following a violent high-speed collision on the Diamond New Interlink Road late Monday night. While one driver is in custody, questions are being raised after police confirmed that a breathalyzer test could not be administered at the scene of the crime. Viewers' discretion advised.
A late-night collision on the Diamond New Interlink Road East Bank Demerara has left a 33-year-old minibus driver dead, prompting an active police investigation. Dead is Jason Bojadat of Annandale, East Coast Demerara, who was driving minibus BAK 8702 at the time of the incident. The accident occurred at approximately 11:30 p.m. and involved the minibus and a motor car PKK 6633. Preliminary investigations indicate that the motor car was traveling south along the eastern driving lane at an alleged high speed behind the minibus. Police said the driver of the motor car attempted to overtake the minibus, during which the front of the car collided with the right rear of the minibus. The impact caused the minibus to veer out of control and slam into a light pole before overturning several times. The vehicle eventually came to a halt on the western parapet of the roadway. Bojadat was reportedly flung from the minibus during the collision and landed on the roadway, where he was found unconscious. He was pronounced dead at the scene by a doctor on duty. His body was later removed and taken to the Memorial Gardens funeral home, where it is awaiting a post-mortem examination. A 31-year-old male passenger of the minibus, who resides at Diamond New Housing Scheme, East Bank Demerara, sustained injuries. The driver of the motor car, a 28-year-old laborer from the same area, also suffered injuries. Both men were transported to the Diamond Regional Hospital, where they were treated and subsequently discharged. Police confirmed that the motorcar driver is currently in custody as investigations continue. A breathalyzer test was not administered due to injuries to the driver's mouth, which required stitches. The Diamond New Interlink Road has seen increased vehicular traffic since its opening, and police have repeatedly urged motorists to exercise caution, particularly at night when overtaking. Investigations into the circumstances surrounding the crash are ongoing. Colin Abrams, Canada TV9 News.
More trending stories on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as a person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana, Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as a person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Authorities are sounding the alarm on a growing trend of traffic lawlessness. The Guyana Police Force says thousands of drivers are being caught using the road shoulders as third lanes to bypass congestion, a move they say is a recipe for disaster.
It is a daily sight on Guyana's major corridors, drivers swerving onto the shoulder to beat the morning rush. But the Guyana Police Force says the eye in the sky is watching. Footage from the Safe Road Intelligence System (SRIS) has captured thousands of motorists unlawfully treating outer lanes as extra roadway. Police warn that this doesn't just cause chaos, it significantly spikes the risk of fatal collisions. So far, 585 cases have already made it through the court system, resulting in fines and, in some cases, suspensions of driver's license. Thousands more cases remain in the pipeline, at various stages of review and prosecution. Unlike a standard ticket, these third lane violations require a day in court. Police ranks are currently reviewing mountains of video evidence, compiling files to be presented before a magistrate. The GPS is boosting its prosecutorial team to clear the backlog of cases, sending a clear message. The shoulder is not a lane. Stay in line or prepare for a date with a judge. When motorists are identified, officers use electronic tablets to show drivers the actual footage of their infraction as part of the verification process before charges are laid. The Guyana Police Force is once again urging drivers to obey traffic laws and stay out of the shoulder lanes. Officials stress that SRIS is not just about enforcement. It's a key tool in improving road safety, increasing accountability, and ultimately saving lives on Guyana's road. Adana Dore, Guyana TV9 News.
In the heart of the Caribbean, one name echoes with the rhythm of resilience. Jomo Rubberwaist Primo is 7-time Soca Monarch champion. Jomo's life is a masterclass in turning struggle into a symphony. But before the bright lights and the roaring crowds, there was only the grind of survival. Adana Doric has tonight's feature.
He has won the Soca Monarch title on many occasions. He has represented Guyana all across the region and internationally. Please put your hands together and make some noise for the Rubberwaist Jomo!
Boy, I don't give a damn what they want to say about me. Sorry. Hold on, I sing a living mind. Hold on, tell them much about and mind your own damn business. I live in mind. Hold on, Lord.
The eldest of 11 children, Jomo's childhood was defined by a heavy mantle of responsibility. By age 9, he wasn't just dreaming of music. He was drumming at the National Dance School and pounding the pavement with his father. Together, they scavenged for bottles to keep the family afloat. Yet, even in the grit of the hustle, Jomo found a beat. The very chance he used to sell glass would become the foundation of his global sound.
My father used to buy bottle, and he used to got the bottle man. So he used to have to use me now for call out how much kind of bottles we have. So I used to be like,
Your father, Jomo, you
Morris Primo, yeah, my
you
dad.
grew up with your dad alone or both parents?
Both parents. I grew up in, I was born in Pleasance, right? But I grew up in Lodge, Durban Buckland, Lodge, we don't Dutch. I moved there when I was like 4 years old. So, when we moved there, we had a really rough life. There wasn't much to go with, much, really, really bad. But my father, he acquired a carrier bike from his dad, and then he started buying bottles, and then he moved up to a van, and sometimes I had to be the one taking care of my siblings because it's 11 of us. 11, and I'm the eldest. Yeah, the eldest of 11. So I had to, take care of my siblings. So while going to school, sometimes I used to have to stay home from school to look after them. He started introducing me to working with him. When he take my mom from work, take her off the job and said, look, you guys stay home and love the tree and you gotta go work with me. So started buying bottle, and I used to go call out all the bottles. So you buy a tape, bought a mic, get a cassette, and we recorded it. And from there, after doing that, we end up with I end up started getting versions, and I started singing. And then my friends, we used to sing on the car now. We used to clash on set.
From those street corner clashes, a star was forged. Jomo cut his teeth on the raw energy of dancehall and the smooth depths of soul before finding his true calling in the high-octane world of soca. His magnetism was undeniable. It wasn't long before international heavyweights like Machel Montano took notice, realizing that this Guyanese firebrand was destined for stages far beyond his borders.
I've worked and been on stage with every major artist you can think about, from Machel Montano, Alison Hines. Yeah, actually on stage with them multiple times. The biggest names, I've been on that stage, bracing shoulders with them and all of these things. So, different. We used to tour at least 52 countries, 52 cities a year. I've been to almost every Caribbean country. I've almost been to 30 to 40 states in the US, because Byron, he was a very popular band. And, he actually takes soca music to the world. I got into soca music before that, because in Jerusalem, I used to have to sing all different type of music. I used to have to sing soul. I used to have to sing soca. I used to have to sing reggae, dancehall, and from singing those things through the years, I've become, multi-talented, so I could multitask and learn the art form, how to sing those kind of
Music runs through his veins like a legacy. A self-taught prodigy, Jomo honed his craft with local legends, Jerusalem Mischievous Guys, and Mingle Song Machine. But it was a transformative 14-year odyssey with the iconic Byron Lee and the Dragonaires that truly polished his diamond in the rough talent, preparing him to take the crown as a solo titan.
You should join a band, I said, me like band. Me really like band, me like band. They said, people, you could sing, so why don't you? And then me, he get wrong, and then I said that he working for you no more. And he said, what you going to do? I said, me no, but I going to sing. He sing it? What you going to sing for? I said, girl, you know money. I said, me and Kay, they going to be better than working for you. I go in, and I going to sing. And that's how come I end up in my first band called Mischievous Guys. And from there, it was different bands, Aruba Singers, Mingle Song Machine, Jerusalem, but it's in Jerusalem where I got my break. And EC Connection, we started going on tour overseas. Then I went on to Jerusalem. Now Jerusalem is what got me close to Byron Jockey.
Today, Jomo Primo is more than an artist. He is a cultural institution. As he prepares to bring his signature vibes to the 2026 Mashramani celebration, the man known as Mr. Mash remains a beacon of hope for every child with a dream and a difficult start. For Jomo, every note is a bridge to his past, and every soca monarch crown is a tribute to the boy who sold bottles but owned the rhythm. He has proven once and for all that no dream is too big and no beginning is too small for greatness. Adana Doric, Guyana TV9 News.
In tonight's regional news, families of two Trinidadian men, Chad Joseph and Rishi Samaru, have sued the U.S. government for wrongful death following a fatal October missile strike on their civilian boat. The lawsuit, filed under the Death on the High Seas Act and the Alien Torch Statute, alleges the incident was part of 36 illegal attacks on civilian vessels by the Trump administration. The families are seeking redress in the U.S. courts of what attorneys call an unlawful killing. Internationally, a large-scale Israeli military operation was conducted to retrieve the body of policeman Ran Vili, who was killed more than 2 years ago. The mission involved tanks, drones, and the destruction of nearly 200 Palestinian graves, according to the report. Critics argue that this contrasts sharply with the estimated 10,000 Palestinians believed to be buried under rubble in Gaza, many unidentified and unrecovered, highlighting a perceived double standard in the value of human remains. Those are our major headlines for tonight's newscast. For more trending stories, follow us at our Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube platforms at GUI TV9. I am Faith Sandy. Thanks for watching.